Ever wonder what happens when your nosy neighbor decides your backyard is her personal playground? Let me tell you about the time Lisa, the queen bee of the Willow Creek HOA, turned my private pool into her own VIP lounge and lost everything when the cops crashed her party. It all started with daisies, not mine, hers. I was pruning the hedges by my wrought iron gate, admiring how the jasmine vines were finally curling around the stone pillars, when I heard that sharp saw click-clack saw of heels on gravel. Like a warning siren in stilettos, it could only mean one thing: Lisa was coming. She stormed up in her signature yoga pants and a mint green scarf, her blonde bob frozen like a helmet. No smile. Lisa Gwynn, HOA president, had the grin of a shark circling its lunch. "Mr. Carter," she said, nudging her designer sunglasses like they were glued to her face. "We need to discuss your viability saw." I blinked, thinking she might have spotted the sparrows nesting in my oak, or had a gripe about the lotus pond I'd put in last fall. But no, Lisa's issue was weirder. "Your property's too prominent saw," she said, tilting her head like a scolding teacher. "It borders our community, and I've had complaints about its aesthetic saw." Aesthetic? My house is all custom brick, dark walnut siding, and antique brass lanterns I hunted down in Vermont. Not a lawn gnome in sight. "What's the problem, exactly?" I asked, keeping my cool. She counted off on her polished nails. 1. Your grill's visible from our lane. 2. You played music past 8 p.m. last Tuesday. And 3. She leaned in like she was spilling CIA secrets. "That pool of yours, it's tempting saw." I almost laughed. "My pool?" "Yes," she snapped. "It's exposed. You leave your gate ajar. The lounge chairs, the lights, the wine glasses, it sets a mood saw." "That's called levying, Lisa," I shot back. "And for the record, this land isn't part of Willow Creek HOA. I don't report to you." Her stare could have curdled milk. "That's debatable saw," she hissed, whipping out her phone to snap a photo of my gate. "We'll follow up." She spun and strutted off, levying me with a mix of amusement and dread. It wasn't her words that hit me, it was her tone, like she already owned my home, my sanctuary. I didn't know it then, but that moment lit the fuse. It started with the water. One morning, I strolled out with my coffee and noticed the pool looked off murky, like someone had belly flopped in after a mud bath. My filtration system's top-notch, self-cleaning every night. It never fails. I chalked it up to pollen, tested the water normal. Too normal. Then my lounge chairs were off-kilter, shifted just enough to notice, one damp, another with a coral lipstick smudge. I don't wear lipstick. I live alone. My brain didn't scream saw intruder saw at first, it was denial. Maybe wind? Maybe raccoons got a taste for feng shui. But then I found the glass a tall wine goblet by the hot tub, with a faint lip print. Not mine, not my brand. I grabbed it with a towel like it was EVY Denke and checked my security feed. My stomach dropped. The footage from that night? Gone. Not glitch edited. No backup, no trace. My system doesn't erase unless I tell it to. Paranoia kicked in. I spent the day crawling through my security setup like a detective. Wires fine, router untouched, sensors active. But the data was wiped clean. That night, nursing a whiskey, I ran a system scan and spotted it. A foreign MAC address had pinged my network 3 times that week, always past midnight. Short bursts, just long enough to snoop. The signal was strongest near my eastern fence. I went out with a flashlight and found Eat a Fake Rock by the Azaleas, hiding a Wi-Fi repeater. Not some kid's toy, this was pro. I called my buddy Mike, a cybersecurity guy. He laughed, but not the fun kind. "You're hacked, man. Someone's in your system, deleting footage, maybe on command. This is next level." Then it clicked, Lisa's smug comment weeks ago. "My son's a tech wizard, works with big clients." No way. The pieces snapped together. Someone was using my pool like it was theirs, bold enough to leave lip balm and wine glasses, wiping only what they couldn't risk me seeing. They didn't move like thieves, they moved like they saw belonged saw. I didn't know the full game, but it felt personal, calculated. By Friday, I was ready. I'd spent 2 nights wiring new cameras offline, hardwired, hidden in the eaves and garden nooks. No Wi-Fi, just SD cards. One over the pool, one by the gate, one from the guest house balcony. When the logs were intact the next morning, I knew I had a shot. That evening I played my part. I tossed a duffel in my Jeep, left the garage open just long enough to be seen, and posted an old beach pic on Instagram. Off to paradise. Lights off, except a few on timers. To the world, I was sipping piña coladas in Cabo. But I was in my SUV, parked in the woods behind my lot, watching a monitor. What I saw made my jaw hit the floor. After sunset, the side gate creaked. People strolled in, not sneaking, but swaggering like they'd RSVP'd, folding chairs, a Bluetooth speaker, a cooler. Then Lisa herself, gliding through in a cream sundress and sandals, raising a glass, me freaking Prosco and yelling, "Keep it low-key, folks! He's never here weekends. This is our pool now, minus the public pool funk." Cheers, music, my monogram towels passed around like party favors. Some guy fired up my grill. A woman raided my outdoor fridge for sparkling water. 30 strangers turned my oasis into their clubhouse. Lisa even bragged. "Cameras? My son's got that covered. Nothing sticks." Rage replaced shock, white hot, biblical fury. They weren't just trespassing, they were rewriting reality, mocking me. But I had them timestamps, faces, proof. I called the sheriff, voice steady. "Intruders on my property. I'm the owner. Live video of a crowd partying without permission." The dispatcher didn't blink. "Units en route, sir. You safe?" "For now," I said. 15 minutes later, 2 squad cars rolled up. I flagged them down, showed the monitor. The lead officer's eyes widened at the backyard rager, radioed something sharp, and they moved in. Spotlights blazed, music died, a cup splashed into the pool. Someone shrieked. Lisa stood tall, indignant, like she outranked the badges. "This is a SAW neighborhood event, SAW," she snapped. "This guy's a recluse who never uses the pool. We're maintaining it." The deputy wasn't HOA-ing it. "Ma'am, this is private property, not HOA land. You're not authorized." Lisa doubled down, ranting about implied easements and community rights. The cops found a bent gate lock, the Wi-Fi repeater, a fake HOA pool rules sign on my fence, and a cloned gate key. "Recognize this?" an officer asked, holding it up. "Not mine," I said. "Someone's copying my access." Lisa's face soured. They cuffed her, citing trespass, tampering, and more. Her guests scattered. One guy offered me $22. "Square it." I stared till he slunk off. The deputies took statements. Some admitted Lisa claimed I'd abandoned the place. As she was led to the cruiser, she glared. "You'll pay for this, Carter. Think your fancy fence makes you untouchable?" I raised a brow. "No, Lisa. The law does." She went quiet. Court was slow, tedious, but my lawyer, Rachel, ate it up. She strode into hearings like a general, calling opponents darling, before dismantling them. Lisa showed up in khakis, her scowl permanent. Charges stacked up: criminal trespass, unlawful assembly, security device tampering. Our CIVYL suit added property damage and emotional distress. The EVY Denke crush VY Deos, logs, Mike's testimony on the network breach, and a bombshell. Sarah, an HOA board member, turned. She spilled that Lisa faked a pool use agreement and bullied the board. Emails backed it up. Lisa's defense: misunderstanding, abandonment crumbled when Rachel dropped a screenshot of Lisa toasting. "It's our pool now." The judge barely blinked. Lisa got 6 months probation, 150 hours of SER-VYC, a $25,000 fine. The HOA owed me $125,000 for repairs and distress. Lisa was voted out, her name mud. I framed the ruling, hung it by my pool monitor. Lisa's empire fell hard. Neighbors shunned her, Her newsletters vanished. Kids called her the pool hag. Teens mocked her on TikTok. Her son lost his government gig over the hacking. I upgraded my fence, added encrypted cameras, and a speaker that plays me clearing my throat if anyone lingers by the gate. The best touch? A sign. Private property. No HOA. Next pool party gets cop catering. Joggers snap pics, neighbors cheer. I threw a victory barbecue, inviting everyone but the trespassers. Cops, Rachel, even Sarah, now HOA interim head came. String lights, jazz, ribs from a team called Hog Justice. Sarah toasted. To Carter, for pro-viewing property rights aren't dead. A kid called me. Pull Batman. Rachel pitched a book, saw 50 Shades of Entitled Saul. Late that night, I saw Lisa beyond the hedge, just watching. No smirk, no clipboard. Our eyes met, she turned and left. I popped a champagne bottle on the deck, foam spilling like triumph. To boundaries, I toasted the stars. And locking your damn gate. Somewhere, a dog barked. The saga was done, but the story? It's still rippling.